That's all they do. In fact, a lot of times now, if you got a spot in the knee or in the lower back, they'll just stick a needle in you, pump you full of steroids, and you're good to go for 3 or 4 months. The problem is they don't understand this kinetic chain. Either they never learned it, or they forgot it, or they just haven't practiced it. If they understood the kinetic chain, you can identify location for pain very easily. Let me take that back. It's not that easy, but you can narrow down the sources of the pain pretty easy, just understanding the kinetic chain. Knee pain isn't pain usually that's sourced from the knees. It's usually from somewhere else. Neck pain is usually sourced from somewhere else. Headaches is usually sourced from somewhere else. Health challenge number 1. How many skeletal muscles are there in the human body? Anyone want to take a guess? Huh? Say it loud, say it loud. Throw numbers out.
506.
506.
Yes.
Here, I'll give you an idea. There's either 276, 656, or 927. What is it? I hear a 927. Did I hear a 656?
Yeah.
It was a weak one. Is it stronger now? 656. No one's taking the 200 and something?
Yeah.
I'll throw a dart.
He's taking 200. You'll throw a dart. Wait till I'm done. The answer is 656. And really, there's some controversy about that. There's really somewhere between 656 and 850 muscles in the body. It depends on which doctor and which book you look at. Of anatomy. Anatomy's a fun class, and when you memorize all 656 muscles like Sean did, we can quiz you. Yes. You still remember, I know you do.
Some, not all.
There are a lot of muscles in the human body, and if I go back to that picture where you see those cross patterns, that kinetic chain, you can understand how complicated it can be, because if you have muscle number 39 that's working way down here, causing some problems, but you don't feel the pain there. You feel the pain up here in your shoulder. Why? Because it cross patterns across your body. That's the kinetic chain. If something breaks that kinetic chain, we want to be aware of it. Trainers, note for you, every programming decision we make with clients will affect the systems of the kinetic chain. Every program decision. That means every movement you have your clients do. And it seems like it's really easy for us as trainers, guys that are out there working with us trainers. Seems like it's really easy for trainers just to notice it and correct it, but what we do is we forget and we fail to do this. So I'm making a call out to trainers and making a call out to clients to make us accountable. Am I doing it right? I want that question out there. Trainers, I want you to know what's right so that you can give them some good stuff. At the end of the day, you're going to have some good stuff. Proper movement will repair the chain, align the joints, strengthen weak areas, and most often get rid of pain completely. Who wants to get rid of pain completely? Are you excited to get rid of pain completely? Who wants to get rid of pain completely? Yeah, let's get it gone. Let's get it gone. Proper movement will take it away. Let's look at the head and neck real quick. I want to look at headaches real quick. There's tension headaches. There's soft tissue restrictions. Some of the symptoms are pain that starts in the back of the head. Have you felt this before? Pain that starts back here and kind of works its way up to the eyes. And then you start getting this ocular pain right around the eyes. I know someone who knows what I'm talking about. Oh, did I just point? Sorry. Sinus pain, stuffy sinuses. Do you know that can be caused kinetically by a kinetic imbalance? Sometimes we just have a stuffy nose. It's caused because of a possible pinched nerve. We'll talk about that. Pain from the neck to the shoulder area. Very common. We got a lot of tension with a lot of clients that I work with right here through this area. We have overactive trapezius muscles. Pain from the neck to shoulder area, jaw pain, muscle tension, the phrenic nerve or phrenic nerve. Do you see this picture? See these little yellow guys that come out, poke out to the side? Between C3 and C5, the phrenic nerve pops out there, what happens is if we have a forward head posture or hypotonic neck musculature, that's one of these. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. Where's our 10-pound weight, by the way? It made it all the way around? Did everybody get to hold the 10-pound weight? It just went? Okay, you gotta feel it. I know you know what 10 pounds. Don't drop it on your head. I just want you to feel it. That phrenic nerve, if that's pinched off from a forward head posture, it increases the potential for altered neural feed to the diaphragm. Everybody put your hand on your diaphragm. At least your lower part of your diaphragm. Okay. Did you catch that? The nerves that come out here help stimulate and control what goes on down here. What's the diaphragm used for?
Breathing.
Did you just answer that?
Yes.
You're not allowed to answer
I know, I'm sorry.
But good job, Jen. Okay. Top part basically talks about respiratory muscle strength in neck patients is decreased when we have a forward head lean. Okay, for those of you that held that 10-pound weight, I want you to imagine you're holding it right now. Hold it up to your nose. Feel it, it's heavy, right? For every inch that your head ends up moving forward from bad posture, it adds 10 pounds to your neck muscle. Is that hitting home yet? How many people do you know that have this kind of posture going on? Yeah, lots. I'm going to admit that. I love that. But, yeah, every time I reread this kind of stuff, I'm like, no, not today. I'm like, sitting up tall. Okay, so check it out. 12 pounds is about what common head weighs. 2 inches out, and your head weighs 32 pounds. 3 inches out, and it weighs 42 pounds. Look at where all that pressure goes. Right here. And it pinches the phrenic nerve. And it helps to shut down your diaphragm, your breathing. So look at these problems. Your respiratory cycle is affected. The muscles, the scalenes become dominant. The diaphragm becomes inhibited. There's less oxygen to the body. It weakens and slows the circulatory system. It leads to greater acidity in the blood. I'm going to come back to this later at another workshop, talking about, when we talk about nutrition, that everybody wants to talk about, because everybody wants to know the magic stuff to eat and not eat, and when and what. And that's going to be a fun workshop, but we're going to talk about acid versus alkaline. Acidity in the body is a killer. Fat is an acid. You heard the term fatty acid? Fat is an acid. Sometimes the elimination of fat through our body is prevented because our body, the food we eat, is too acidic. And so the liver prevents any more fat from coming out of our body. Well, just that forward head posture can increase the acidity in our body. Why? Because oxygen helps to oxidize the acid. It helps to dilute the acid. So it creates an environment that is more alkaline, which puts your body into what's called beta oxidation. Beta oxidation is when the body's in the best state to burn fat. Would you like to have your body be in that state all the time? Yes. That was weak, but I'll accept it. Yes. It affects your metabolism, your digestion, your spine is less stable. Stress is increased typically when you're out here because your muscles are in constant flexion. They're in constant contraction. And increased cortisol. Anybody know anything about cortisol? Cortisol is the stress hormone that's produced by your body. It's produced by the pituitary gland. Goes down and affects these two little things on top of the kidneys that shoots out cortisol into the body whenever you are in a stressful situation. Well, the problem is most of us have a stressful life, and so cortisol is just like shooting out through the body. Well, when your head goes forward and stays like that for a long period of time, you're enhancing cortisol production. Cortisol is directly related to the production of visceral fat. Visceral fat's the most dangerous fat. It's the fat around your organs. Scary fat. Reduce your cortisol, you reduce your visceral fat, and you're happy. Solution. Align, challenge, stretch. Say it with me. Align, challenge, stretch. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, lower back. 80% of Americans suffer from lower back pain. Symptoms, we shift the hips. You got bulges or herniations in the disc. Your glutes are weak, and your sciatic nerve is often entrapped. All areas of your back are interconnected structurally and functionally. Did you catch that? All areas of your back, they're integrated. Do you know that your glute muscles connect to your lower back? Do you know your hamstrings? Some of them connect up to your lower back. Do you know that your hip flexors, these guys that lift your legs up, they connect to your lower back? You got this big tissue of white stuff on your lower back that connects to almost your entire core. Anyone want to take a guess how many muscles incorporate the core region? It's not 656.